Hello, all of the stock market neophyte followers. We have another week of stock market trading and craziness. And there's
Oh,
my co-host Gary Slim Trader. Gary Slim Trader, you're looking dapper tonight. I just got a little
thank you.
T-shirt on here, so
I appreciate that, John.
Is
Good to see you.
it's good to be seen. It's been an interesting week. I'm sure we have plenty to talk about here on this.
My
Oh, look, I
goodness.
got this behind me is the that's the Lambda Chi fraternity house in about 1976. The guys
Yeah.
took a picture. I had it up as my background the other day, so I'll switch that there.
Is that when were they trading or jumping out the window or what?
Yeah, that's this was when. Yeah, this was. Don't you remember the big crash of '76? That's when all the college kids went. You think they're protesting Palestine now? Wait, you should have seen it back then. Actually, that was close to when they were protesting the Vietnam War. Actually, here's a fun fact: my professor in design class, she was at Kent State when the students got shot by the National Guard in '70.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. She didn't get
were
shot.
you one of the people?
No,
on
I'm
the
not.
wall?
That's before me. That was probably 6 years before me, probably something like that.
Oh yeah, 76. Wow.
Yeah. So hey, we got Spiro on here now. I did send Spiro a message about being a guest this week, and he said he had to wash his cat or something, or he had to go catch crawdads. I don't know what he was up to, but he said he was busy. But next week, he's penciled it in. So next week we will have the gracious Greek, we'll call him Spiro Heraklianos. You guys will love him. He's going to teach us how to do these puts, whatever that is. I don't know. I'd be puts. It's not like I need more ways to lose money. That's what I need is more ways to lose money. But
Well, hey, I'll make an announcement. Next Friday, Gary's coming into town.
oh,
Yeah, we're going down to Leakey or going down to a resort to meet him.
okay, cool.
So we may or may not, depending on the tools that we have, be on the show. So it might be really good that Sparrow's in on it.
Yeah, if you have an iPhone,
Yeah.
you can do it. You just turn it sideways, and if you got earbuds, that helps too. But yeah, I've had iPhones used to be tough on the StreamYard, but they did something to it's better. So yeah,
We'll be on there. I want to hear what he has to say
yeah, I do
about
too.
puts and calls. He knows about calls, I guess, too.
Yeah, we're like this. We're doing a call right now. I don't know what the put part is, but another thing, I would like for Gary to probably explain the whale tail thing. Run us through a little promo or something to see how that works, because there's a lot of these traders that know what's going on before we know what's going on, and that thing seems like it would really tip you off. Like IBM, for example, would have been a great time to know when that was going to go to the basement, because that was a rough one. That was my low light of the week.
I know, but there was some. I know you're not a day trader, and I didn't. I seen IBM drop, but it dropped all the way to 163, and that was a great opportunity
to buy it. I think
buy back yesterday. Now today it's really leveling off.
Well, and I knew that they were going to announce the earnings at 5:00, but as soon as the market closed, and I could have traded, I just happened to look, I just happened to watch, and I saw it, dropping, and by the time I really realized what was going on, I could have sold at 174, but you're just sitting there, it's like, when do you sell it? When do you sell it? When do you sell it?
Right.
And it's like, and it just kept going down, but I could have saved myself about $3,000. Actually, more than that. At 74, that was. It's it gets there quick when you're losing. But
you got a lot of shares. It does. You got to.
Decide,
people doing this need to decide whether they're going to be
long term
or a day trader, or even a swing trader. But
and this is an investment. This is in the investment account. I don't have it in all the accounts. And a little bit in Lisa's, and this other one was my daughter's. It's a long-term one. I'm putting her in some safe that's going to make a good return. And what was odd about this is they came out. They were supposed to have $1.60 dividend. They came out at $1.68, but their earnings were off, and that just set the trigger for stuff. And who knows what makes these tricky things? I was really I was thinking, man, this thing going up $1.84. It's going to get to 192 again. It's going to go back up. No, it went south. But the other stuff I did okay in, like DNA. That thing was going in, and then one of the ones we need to talk about is Genesis. That thing was crazy.
Yeah, I know it. You're telling me it's moving. I
Oh
haven't
my
been
gosh,
watching it
moving.
after I sold it.
Oh, I sold it on that account. Let me go to the other one. So, uh,
What's the symbol on that?
AGEN.
Oh yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I sold it at it had been so
Man, it's
low.
up to 11.
I know it, 1105. That stock was last Friday. I don't know if I mentioned this on the show. I may have mentioned it before. To Gary, I had 10,000 and I was going to buy a Genesis at 503. And I'm like, but it split. I had it before. When it split, it equaled out to about 880 per share. And it
Yeah,
was down to 503 and it just kept going down. I'm like, I'm not going to do this. I'm not doing this. But what that would have been a bunch of money. That'd be
yeah,
six. Whatever I put in, 10,000, I'd have 20 now. I mean,
right.
bottom line. But who knows? If I put 10 in there, maybe it goes down. But that thing, it is still going. It's gone up. It's gone up $3 today. No, 276 today. So 3 days ago, you could have bought that stock at 520 3 days ago.
Yeah,
And and there's no news on it. There's
I
no
know.
reason for it to go like that. But it has been when it was at 50 cents, that thing would jump a bunch. I mean, at the lower price. So I
Well,
don't
the
know.
low on
Somebody
it was
was,
478, 478. And like I said, when they
yeah,
do that split, I'm telling you, I've seen so many stocks do that, but I've never seen one go up after the split. Or
yeah. Well, it did
the
briefly,
100 to
but
1 or whatever they do. I've
yeah,
never seen one take off like this
no,
quick.
not well. It
In fact,
trust
you
me, it's
remember
been
PHUN when it
fun.
did its,
Oh yeah,
yeah, and that stock hadn't moved up since.
yeah. This is
Uh,
just weird. I mean, like I said, there's just no news. Somebody knows something somewhere because they
well,
are
the
buying this thing
institutions
up.
have to be buying it up like that, man.
Yeah, so it's 56% held by interest, but there's uh, a percentage of float is 230.60. So I don't know what that means. Short interest percentage of float.
Hmm.
So that may be what's driving it, I guess. If, I don't know. Something is because it's been going crazy all morning. It's one of those fun to watch. But I got out at uh, at 960 because it was already up like a dollar something. Then I'm like, I've been tired of losing money on this. And I made some money on it, but obviously you could make some more on that.
What
So
a
that
day we had yesterday or day.
no, it
Yeah.
was
What day did the market go way down? That was 2 days ago.
Wednesday. Yeah, Tuesday. I mean, it's just Tuesday or Wednesday. It really got bad.
That was a knee jerk day, man. They made it feel
Okay,
like
Wednesday.
they made it. They got a lot of people with their stops. You know what a stop is? That's
Right.
where you're going to decide to sell, and they got it. They took it, and then they fully recovered the next day.
Yep. Yeah. Well, and that's what I did. The mistake I made with Mark Forge. I found out I didn't sell everything because I had one account that I forgot to sell it in, which saved me several $1,000 because it came back to the 67, 68, but it is dead stop there. I mean,
Right.
that it's not moving. And the 3D, the 3D printing one, that one has been sort of stagnant, but I think those are stocks that they're low right now. And soon as all this economic news and all this garbage gets through, and then their earnings come out, let's see when I think the 3D comes out, earnings come out on if Spiro's watching the show, that was him calling my phone that I didn't have it off the ringer. So let's see, when is their earnings coming out? It usually says that. Oh, I got to go to calendar. Yeah,
Boy,
May
down
6th.
13, 18.
I know it. I should have waited to 1290. That's my low. I think today is 1290.
I may buy some more there.
Yeah, that's I may buy some more too. Because it's going to go back up to 14. It went back up to 15 for a little bit, and it stayed 14.80 and then starts going down. But you can usually count on that one going up about 63 cents or down for 63 cents every day. So then we have also the earnings come out May 6th for 3D. And then let's see, I think Mark Forge is around that same time. They are May 13th
on DDD.
Yep, and May 13th on thing. Now their estimate is minus 6.5 cents on Mark Forge, and they've beat the earnings estimate. Let's see, pretty much every time they've lost less money than they said they were going to lose.
Yeah, right.
So to me, I don't know. It's like okay, but that one's another one. I think it's a sleeper. Let's go back to the.
When did you say Mark Forge's was?
It is. Oh, it's May 15th for their earnings announcement. Now, obviously, there's no dividends on those, but then you have May 6th for 3D Systems, another 3D printer, and they're saying they're going to lose 8.5 cents or 8.2 cents, and they've pretty much beat the earnings some. They actually made a cent in November of 23. So they're a little bit more stable as far as funky news coming out. They're very similar to Mark Forge as far as the markets that they have. And obviously world stability makes sense. And right now it's about everything's on fire.
Does DDD, does it show how many employees that they claim to have?
No, I don't. I did not look there. I could see though and see they're just basically the products and services. They do a lot of healthcare stuff, dental devices, dental and medical devices, and personal health stuff. So, hey, us baby boomers, we need a new hip every once in a while, right, Gary?
Yeah, at least one or two.
They make your hip stuff was probably made right here in northern Indiana. That there's a company that makes a lot of that stuff up there northern. Maybe the Amish help them make it. I don't know.
Man, if I was still up there, I could have watched it being made.
Yeah, but I don't think it's 3D. I think they're old school fashioned.
I think they just make a joint or a ball,
Right. Yeah, and then they put it in. Yeah, you don't want to watch. I watched the surgery before.
I did 20. Too. It's like, it's something else, man. And I had both mine done at the same time.
Yeah, I know. You're brave.
They had my legs going everywhere,
Yeah, they both of them at the same time. You look like you were ice skating you were like a moose ice skating, couldn't stay up on the ice. So, well, hey, DNA's up to 84.3, 80, it's pushing 84. That's good. That helps. Every little bit helps. So that would be
DNA.
DNA. So what I did in my $1,000 challenge account, which I got it down to about $700. Yeah. So $300. But hey, the good news is I sold that goat that wasn't moving. I had Mark Forge. I bought it and it just sat there. So I finally bit the bullet yesterday. I sold it. So I bought the DNA at I think 70, 78, and it's at 84. So I've made a whopping $35 on that just in a day. So I'm going to come back. I'm at 787. So I don't know. We'll see on that account. But
my GSAT is just sitting. It's sitting. It ought to be called GSIT.
GSIT. Well, what's it at? Is it $1.25 still?
It's at. I'm trying to buy 30,000 more shares, and it's at 129, 130.
Are you going to try to buy it at 25?
I've got it set at 128.
Oh, really? You can't even get it to go down 1 penny?
I can't.
That's sort of what Mark Ford is just sitting there. It went down to 50 and then it went back up to 68, and it's just parked there. And then you got something, like I have a bunch of the 3D at 350. So it's it's just sitting there. It's not really.
Oh yeah, it's a 348.
Oh, yeah. It's not. I mean, it's not doing the old tankaroonie.
That's
like,
good.
Like I said, everything else is. But that Agens, man, that thing is. There's something cooking there. I don't know what it is.
There is, man.
It's at
I wish I'd have kept
$11.
an eye on that. But
I've made some good money on that one. Last time I bought it at 50, then it split. Oh, that was painful. I had to sit there and watch it go from $8.90 to $5.
Yeah.
And then all the way up until yesterday. That was a month ago.
Mm.
So I just I'm not selling it. I'm not selling it. I'm just gonna hold it until and then just started going up. So it catches the wave up.
This whole week been a real whipsaw. We had Tesla way down.
What's it at now?
Based on EV cars, and they're going out of style, and he can't, he's going to have to build them cheaper and all that crap. And it got down to, I think, 162 or something like that, or 158. Or
it was at 140.
Yeah.
140. What's it at now?
170. I shorted it today at 172, so I did pretty well. Yeah.
I should have bought that instead of IBM, but I bought IBM a while back. And like I said, that's an investment. And, it's like you just got to roll with it.
Right. Yeah, but what a turnaround. And Amazon did the same thing the last 2 days. Amazon was down at 165.
Well, yesterday. That's one that they were talking about on TV. I think I see the highlights of the Kramer show and, Kathy Woods and this and that. I guess
Amazon started trading yesterday at 166. And then we had the earnings. And this is all based on the earnings, Microsoft and Meta and IBM. And that's what drew the market down. So it drew those down, which, you ought to recognize that that's a buying opportunity. So Amazon started out trading because the market was way down on Thursday morning, and at 166.32. And by the end of the day, it came up to 173.42. And then Microsoft earnings came out, and who else? But anyway, they were good earnings. And stocks went up. Now, what was the other one? And after hours, Amazon went from 172 to 181.79.
Yeah, that seems to be it. Almost like on the IBM thing going the other way. It seems like they wait until after hours.
Oh yeah,
to do it, because I don't think. And they must have tipped off, because I read on the thing the IBM's earnings were going to come out 5:00 Eastern time in New York. And sure enough, at 4:00, it was as soon as that bell stopped, it was just dumb luck. It was bad luck. I wish I just would have woke up the next day and seen, oh, it's at 168. Oh, awesome.
Yeah, right. I was watching it. It was going down so fast. I wanted to buy it, because I knew you thought it was a good investment. And I thought, well, I'll try
it still is. I mean, they give, they have a good return every year, and it's a 10. I mean, everybody still talks about it being a good investment. So it's definitely a trade. That's definitely traders did that to it.
Too, and after hours, I mean, there's a lot of movement because there's not as many traders. That thing can move.
Oh, I see. Yeah, because
3 or 4 points.
Just because
a big stock like that can move 3 or 4 points out of the zone just because of liquidity. And, it's not available, so they really manipulate it. But you can make a lot of money, or you can lose a lot of money.
What's Boyle at now? Because I'm fixing to buy some more if it gets low.
It's back up to 13.21.
Okay. Well, still, that's pretty low. That's pretty low.
For your listeners out there, what is Boyle, John? What's it based on?
That's the Bloomberg gas future. Pretty much. So when we talk about gas, we're talking about, I don't know, it's just like natural gas, right? Not like gasoline. But so that's the short term we use as gas. I'm going to buy, gas is moving today. Gary, I'll send me a text. Gas is moving.
And that's what I'm that's what we're keeping our eye on, because gas is at a world record low. And,
and then oil's going up. I mean, oil's up to $90 a barrel. So that's a little bit crazy.
Well, they're blaming gas prices on pipelines, the availability of pipelines, and I don't know if Biden's involved in shutting down the pipelines
Yes, he was.
or what, but that's what they're blaming it on. They're not blaming it on Biden; they're blaming it on pipelines in general. But
Well, we can blame Biden though, and Trump and
yeah,
everybody
so
else too.
maybe when Trump gets in, I know he was for pipelines. And
Right.
That'll be the time to look at that NAK stock again when it gets close to the election, because NAC is just at 29 cents. Because it's a mining, and I guess, the things I've read about that, Trump was for that, but the existing leadership was totally against it and shut it down. So that stock could go to $2 or $3 pretty easy.
Yeah.
You don't know when.
I'm looking at 700 of the boil right now. Oh, I need to review it. That's a little bit steep there on that. Sometimes buying stocks could be interesting.
700 more?
Yeah. I'm going to try 500 at 1320. I think that's a good deal.
I'm going to wait till it gets in the 12s.
Okay,
If it
I'll
does.
wait. I'll wait.
I mean, I would like to see it get. I'm at 1377. I'd like to see it get to 1277.
Okay, so you can buy half back. I'll wait a second. We'll see. Let's just see this. We'll see what happens in this time period here with things. So I'm glad, because a lot of times since I'm doing the show, my feed lags behind because I have these programs open and I need enough feed to do the show.
Well, you could set a buy right now at 13, see if it gets down there. I don't think it will today, but it could spike down there. Sometimes they do that.
The guy might have to get, somebody might have fat fingers and go for lunch,
right?
And then hit the wrong thing. So,
or they might be watching our show right now.
Yeah, they might. Yeah, hey, let's let those suckers get in, and then let's check it down.
Yeah, and then we'll take it down to 12.
Well, that was at the pre-market was 1384. At pre-market there was like one spike of 1384, then it just went down to 1335. That would be about.
I got pre-market 1311.
I got on mine with it's but I'm just saying, right? I mean, it went down within like the next trade, it went down that much. But yeah, I got 1311 as low. So I guess they could get back down there again. I think it'll try it. But
it's trying, but that's what it does around lunchtime. I mean, like you said, it fluctuates 50, 60 cents.
Yeah, today is 39 cents worth. That's not quite enough. It'll probably go 60 before it starts. But then you never know. It's somebody starts buying it and then it goes up
now, but it had a high of 1349. So
right. Oh yeah.
It's had its 60, 70 cent fluctuation.
We'll see. It's at 13.19 now, maybe. Yeah. So I'll have to lower my standards here. I'm going to go to 10. Let's see if it'll get to 10. 13.10.
I also got into the gas future with just one contract again.
How about gold?
Gold, I haven't done anything with it since.
Man, you should have just held your shorts and you could have made.
No, it's back up again today.
Oh, is it? Yeah, but
I could have made, if I,
who knows? It's like, so what's it at now? What's gold at now?
It's back up. Last night it went up to.
It's down to 13.17. So you're right so far, Gary. it's dropping.
You talking about AGI?
Well, I'm talking about gold futures.
Gold
I'm talking
the 23.48.40. But overnight, it made it all the way up to 23.60.
And the inflation numbers, we just can't get a good,
made it up to 23.64.
Man.
Yeah.
So now what's it at now? Oh, it's
23.48.
Man, you got the crystal ball this week. It's down, boils down to 13.12 now.
Yeah.
It's rolling down. I'll put that in at 13. Let's see. I have moved it down that much. So let's see how low it gets. If it gets to 13, I'll buy 600 shares. See
I
what
can't
happens.
believe this gold is going up and down like crazy. I would be
Well, think about it.
so much money.
We've had yo-yo news come out. That we thought we were going to
Right.
have a 2.6 GDP, and we have or 3.2 or whatever, and it came out 1.6. That killed it. I think that just any breath we were taking, that killed it. Now inflation's coming out. They're saying inflation's 3% higher or 0.3% higher than last year. It's like, well, it was high last year. So
Right
that's
now they're saying
another.
that a week ago they were saying probably more than likely no rate cuts. Today they're saying that there's more than likely there will be some rate cuts.
Yeah, because GDP's, yeah.
So they don't know what to do. They don't know
like
whether
I said,
to create a recession or not create one.
Well, I just, these are my economic indicators that I use. How many semis are on the road?
Right.
And they're slowing down. And then how many jobs, construction jobs, because I'm in the construction business, that I get a bid or that seem like they're getting competitive. And which right now it's a good pace. I like the pace where before it was too much. With supply chain issues, everything else. But when you put trillions of dollars into the economy, that's where it's going to go, don't you? All to the rich people. Now the rich people are starting to get all the money, and the poor people have all this credit card debt and all this debt and everything, and now they're strapped, and we have to give them some more money so that they can spend it, and the rich people can end up with it. So that's how it works. It's like the Krebs cycle. You know what the Krebs cycle is, Gary?
The what cycle?
The Krebs cycle. It's like the water. It's like the evaporation and a participation and all, how the water goes around. It gets up there and it comes down as rain and, evaporation. That's what's called the Krebs cycle. So, yeah, see, it's an educational show too. Sort of like the stock market. My money evaporates and then it rains back down on me. So maybe we should have a segment called the Krebs cycle and see how do you make money rain back down on you. So let's see what this boils at. It's at I need to go right now. 13-13, because you know why? Because I was 13 on Friday the 13th. I'm doing it. Pulling the trigger. Let's see if we can. I can do this. I got that much money. You don't think so? Oh, it went to 12. Now it's at 13. Now it's at 12. I got to have 13-13 though.
I don't know. It's 12:30. I was going to say we could have a challenge right here. I could buy some at 13.10.
You think you can buy some at 13.10? I think you might.
Well, if it goes there,
it's.
I think it's going to go there. I think it's going to spike down here.
Yeah, it's like, but I can't resist the 13 because I was 13 on Friday the 13th. Reminds me of the roulette story that Bucky did. So Mark Buck's going to the casino and he says, "I'm going to the casino. You want me to place any bets?" So I said, "Hey, put $5 on Black 13 on the roulette." Well, then Zacharias, there's 4 people on this text. Zacharias says, "Oh, I'll take some of that action. Put 5 down for me." Well, Randy Bernard, Randy, he says, "I don't want no part of that action." So Bucky goes, and Tracy's, his wife's filming them rolling the ball around, and I'll be doggone if it wasn't Black 13. We all made $185. And Randy got paid. So Bucky, he put $20 down on it, and everybody got paid.
He only got 185 on it?
That's what it's 36 to 1 odds.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh.
I thought it was free money myself. I didn't even really, and I think the reason Bucky was doing the filming so we could get the $5 out of us.
But, you remember when we was in Vegas with Todd Spangler?
Oh yeah. Oh man.
Had that big old lobster.
Oh yeah. I still got that picture, man. That thing was huge.
Do too.
We had a few crowns that night, if I don't remember right. That was we had some fun that night. It's at 12, 13. I don't know about this. I'm like ready to push the button here on this 13, but I'm going to give it. So what are we going to give it to get there? Well, the Dow's up. NASDAQ.
Yeah, the whole market's up again. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, let's see what we got.
What Boyle's doing, they got to figure somebody's long from 13.11. So the odds are, this is day trading.
Right.
They're going to bring it back down. The market doesn't want you to make any money. In fact, they want to take your money.
Donate some more in there. I've noticed that. I noticed that with the IBM. I made peanuts, and then they took the whole popcorn stand.
So I was just thinking, if it comes down to 1311, if somebody bails out, then it might spike down to 1308, and I could get in at 1310.
There's a bunch of people buying at 12 and not as many selling at 13. So
right.
Yeah, I just like when you start sweating pennies. That's what it gets. I like some of them where they go all the way out 4 decimal points. It's like, wait a second.
I've only got 18. Let me see this. Whoops, I lost you. Oh, get you back. And my screen just got smaller. Okay.
Oh, we lost our technology here at this stock market neophytes is. Oh wait, Spiro said we got to have the banner up. Well, we didn't give out any advice, so we're good. Nobody's gonna sue us. Too hard anyway. So I do that.
1887 is all I've got today in GSAT.
1887.
Give me any. 1,887 shares.
So you bought some? You finally got some at the 29 or 28?
Yeah, I got 1,800 of them.
That's all of it though. And you're trying to buy how many? 30,000.
Yeah.
I was thinking I just need to get something that's moving right now. I just, that's the only way you're going to make any money back is to get something that's going to be trading. And, and obviously pick the right ones, because if you pick something that's trading the wrong way, then you're in trouble there.
Well, that one I'm going to hold. That one I'm going to hold for.
Right. Yeah. That's your investment stuff. And
that's
and all
long
that.
term.
So we got, I did some investigating on some earnings, some that have earnings, and there's Pacific Gas and Electric, and it's got earnings, and it's been, good. It only pays 4 cents dividends. And that's annual. I don't know if that's annual or not, but anyway, it's rated a 9, and it's a $17 stock. It doesn't move a lot. But it's a good solid stock.
Hey, what boiled this spike down to?
What? Oh, it's down to 11. Oh boy, I got to change my thing again. Edit.
It just spiked down to 1309.
Oh, now it's at. Oh, I'm going to go down to 13. I'm going to get real greedy and go to 13. Oh, it's down to 9. Yep. I'm going to listen to you today.
Okay, man.
So I got it down to 10. Now it's 9. It may go to 1290. I might have been right at the whole time, but I'm ready. I'm ready to do it.
Your crystal ball may have been more right than mine.
Yeah, I'm going to go with. I'm just going to switch mine to market and then wait till it gets there and then just push the button. How's that? That always saved me a few dollars right there.
It's down 48 cents.
I did get a warning on one of my accounts because I sold something before it had settled and rebought it or whatever.
Oh yeah.
What it was. Let's see if I can find that one. It was UCI.
Your funds have to kind of sit there for 2 days. Settlement.
What was it? A good faith. I had a good faith. Oh, HCP. So this is what I did. So remember when they made the announcement that HPC that IBM was going to buy HashiCorp for a gazillion billion dollars. So right. I'm like, so as soon as that, and that was another one that I was like, wow, that thing went up $4 to $5. So I ended up buying it. I bought at 30, I think at 29 or 30. Because it was, and then they came out and announced that they're going to buy it for $35 a share. I made $2 a share, like $2.50 a share right on that. That's the one that got me in trouble because I bought it and sold it too soon.
Oh, yeah, right.
But they just gave me a double secret probation.
Well, you can buy it and sell it. It's just if you try to use that money for something else is what you got in trouble for. It hadn't settled yet.
Oh, right? Yeah. So then I think I bought something else. So I bought a bunch. I bought several stocks of like 1 and 10 just to sort of keep an eye on them.
Right.
So that's the easiest way to do it sometimes is to do that. 1310 again. maybe 9.
It's
Maybe 9's the bottom.
It's bobbing from 9 to 10.
Yeah, it is. There's only 5 now. There's 40.
Oh,
There's 8. There's 8 at
08.
1308. There's
I think it's going to 1303, and then I'm
gonna do it.
I'm just gonna buy a little bit. Yeah.
How many? I'm
1,000.
gonna buy 600 shares, whatever it gets to when I buy it. So
That's a good buy. This is a good entry point, I think.
yeah, I mean it always goes back up to a minimum of 14 at some point. I just don't.
I don't know. I think this summer it's gonna just stay down for a while. Nobody's using much gas, so that's
wait till I buy it.
But there will be a day when I'm telling you, you're gonna wake up and the thing's 18.
Yeah, I hope it's tomorrow after I buy it. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and have good news after market.
And I don't mean 18 cents.
Yeah, that's what will end up being. So let's see. Let's talk about some other ones I was looking at. So Tennessee Valley Authority. There's a Tennessee Valley Authority. It's another power plant type of thing. I think it's and they're energy corporation. And they have, they have ex-dividends. They pay 55 cents annual dividend. The ex-dividend date's 4/29. So you buy it now, you'll get that 55 cent per share annual dividend. And then so I buy it and then hope that it doesn't eat up the dividend when it goes back down. But it's a good company. It's got, it's got good, it just is always pretty stable, but this time they must be gouging those people down there. They usually only
Let me look at the chart for you. What's a symbol?
It is TVE.
TVE.
Yeah, you'd think it'd be TVA, but it's TVE, Tennessee Valley Authority Company.
Wow.
And they're the ones that let the water out of the reservoirs down there in the wintertime. And they they have the power
Cumberland and stuff.
Yeah. Yep. All those lakes down there, North Georgia and all that, they're the Tennessee Valley Authority. Now that's in Georgia, but let's see where I'm at on that one. So I bought it at TVA. I'm actually, where are we at in Boyle?
Boyle alert.
Oh boy, I'm getting ready to push the button. Man, you're on fire. Hey, just remember, folks, this isn't stock market advice.
No,
you're on your own with this. Don't be doing what we do.
I don't think there's anything wrong with saying what we do.
There's nothing wrong with saying what we do. They can say, look at those dummies go. It's like the boat ramp show.
That TVE looks very interesting at this price. Yeah.
Yeah, well, and I bought it at TVE. I'm right at 2170, so it's 2163. Today it's $1, but I only have 100 shares of it. I'm strictly going for something that has some dividends. And let's see another one here. This is another one that I did. It's look up this one, ENLC.
ENLC. Enclave?
Yep. Oh, you guys missed out on that one. I already got the dividend. So the dividend, ex-dividend was 4.25. So and it went up today. So the ex-dividend date was yesterday, and now it's gone up. That's crazy. You'd think that it would go down.
Wow, it was I don't know what. Oh, I'm on a 3-year chart. It had a low of $4.36.
Yeah, and they are
Donna Boyle's back up to 1310.
Uh-oh. Daggone it. We could have got it at 6.
I was going to buy it at 1303. Is it going up? Darn it. It's not going to make it down there today. It's going back up now.
It just went down to 9. Is it going to go?
It goes back down there. I'll do it.
I'm going to do it right now.
So what do you know about InLink? InLink Midstream. You say it. What kind of dividend?
Okay, let's see. Let me go back. I just bought that. I bought it at 9, I think.
Look at that, John. On a 5-year chart, that was 88 cents 5 years ago.
Oh, really? I don't have a 5-year chart. But
and now it's 1383. That's what GSAT's going to do.
Well, and this one pays an annual dividend of 53 cents, which is not a lot, but I mean, and the date was yesterday. So that's why I went. after our show last week, like Monday or Tuesday, whatever, when the market was sucking again, I went, I looked at dividend stocks and which one to do this. And this one's 90% held by institutions. The short interest
next
is only
week
4.8.
Spiro can help us, and then we'll have Gary on. So,
oh man, it will be.
Gary can
Maybe they should do
all
the
that,
show.
how the dividend stock works,
Right?
You know what the payout, how they figure the payout. It has something to do with how many shares you own. It's not all the same.
Right. Yeah. You only get 53 cents. I have. Let me see how many I have of this one.
Per share.
Yeah, you get per share. You get 55 cents. So on this one, I have 100 of those. So I make $53. So I'm hoping that, this now I'm up $12.50 on this one because I bought it at $13.70 and now it's at $13.
So you're saying if I bought 1,000 shares, I'd make what,
$530? Yeah. Well, not now because the date's passed, but that's what you would have done. Now,
a month?
If you do, no, that's just a one time. So when you look at them, some pay other. It says other on there. So if you look at where we go to this investing.com, if you want to go there, you can look at all these, they'll tell you when everybody's doing earnings or when they're doing dividends. They'll tell you the ex dividend date. That's the date you have to own it to collect that. And you can just figure it out from there. And as we were talking about, IBM is $1.68, but they have not announced their date yet of when they're going to when the ex-dividend date is. So some of them they'll tell you right along when they're going to pay it.
So
some
they
of
only
them are
pay out
annual.
that dividend once a year. Is that what you're saying?
That one it'll say once a year. So when you look at the symbol, it'll say a 12. It'll say a 3 for each quarter. So that'd be 4 times a year. Some of them are monthly, like Silvo. Let's look at that Silvo. It's the silver. It's the Credit Suisse X-Links silver shares account. That one,
the symbol?
It is SLVO.
Oh, SL.
So we look at this date, and the reason it went up last time is because it paid 75 cents per share.
It was up to 150 once.
Oh, I know it. They just lend money, and I think it's something to do with the silver. I don't know how the thing works, but I've made good money on this one, but it is not something that's going to move. But I've taken that. This is the first month I haven't had any. Well, I have 10 shares of it, so I'll get a little bit of the dividend, but it's every month it pays that. So it's paid up to $1.63 every month. So that's a monthly one. And then some of them are others. Like there's one that pays dividends twice a year, but it's usually like February and March.
What did you say the dividend is for this?
This one's 75 cents this time, but last month it was 47.
So if you had 1,000 shares, you'd get
$750
every month.
Well, it depends. The number goes up and down. So last month you would have only gotten $480. But if you would have done August of 23, you'd have been getting $1,630 because it was $1.63 thing. So that's probably, how much was it during August of 23? Do you have your chart for that?
August of 23.
See, I'm going to do a annual. Let's see, August. See, it was up to around 80. That's weird. It got as low as in the 60s.
Yeah, I'd have bought high there at well, no,
I'd
have bought. It was of 927.23. It was at 65.10.
Yeah, I know it. It's crazy.
That would have been a good time to buy it.
I bought some at 68 in Lisa's account, and then sold it at 74, and I 700. I had $700 in dividends on it. Plus, I made $3,000 on the trade. So I was like, that was a win-win. So that's what I sort of look at this. So if you go to investors.com, you can look up all the stuff on there that you can look up dividends. You can look up all the big guys are on there. It's a really good program. It'll show you how much it's paid, how much it changes. It's a good program for doing research. It takes a minute.
Oil, it's back up to 13, 14.
Oh, really? I bought it at 9. Let's see. I did. I bought it. It died. I knew it was going up, but it's not. I'm not out of the woods yet. Not until it
I
gets to
wanted to get
24.
it
Then
to
I'll be out of the woods.
13.
Let's
Darn
see
it.
what I end up getting there. Let's see what I end up buying. Let's tell them what they won, Johnny. What's behind door number 2 or 3? So,
All righty. Well, man, what a day. So those are the things sounds like we're going to have an exciting show next week, right?
oh yeah. We'll get Spiro on there and talk about the stuff, and
Yeah.
Gary Jr. on here,
Yeah.
and all that stuff. That'll be awesome.
Yeah. We'll have plenty of dialogue to share. So
Yeah.
that's all I'm watching this week. Keep my eye on gas, trying to buy more GSAT.
I'm hoping DNA keeps kicking some hind end here. So
Yeah. And I just trade Tesla, AMD, and
the Tesla's
Amazon.
scary. But yeah, those end up going good. So
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, let's wind it up. Let's get this thing going. We've done our 45 minutes. Went awful quick, didn't it?
It did. Wow.
So
Every Friday comes quick.
I know, yeah, it does, doesn't it? They say life's like a roll of toilet paper. The closer to the end of the roll it gets, the faster it rolls off. So let's see.
Yeah, back in the day, that'd have been a good investment in toilet paper.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, until you got to the no toilet paper. But
Oh.
hey, remember when we had the big scare when COVID first came out? They were saying, "Oh, you got to buy all the toilet paper." We had a shortage.
That was a question on Family Feud. What in your household is the most important to you if you have a crisis or something like that? Guy said toilet paper.
Well, when it's gonna hit the fan, you need something to wipe it up with.
Exactly.
All right, I'm taking the banner off and playing our out there. This is definitely this week has been this on the picking winners and losers on stuff. It's been fun. So
Yeah, it's been quite the ride.
Yep, quite the ride. It's like I'm going to change mine to Johnny the Bear. That's what I'm getting close to that. I'm like, I just want to get my money, get where I'm getting, and then stop, and then just because I feel it coming. I don't know. It just feels like they're just
well, remember this: buy low,
sell high. So I'm trying to boil low, sell high. All right, everybody. We'll see you next week. Hopefully we'll get you'll have your son there. He can help with the technology. So we are good. We'll have a millennial. We'll have an old millennial there that'll be able to help us with the tech. So
kid knows that there's nothing he doesn't know.
I know. He did get to be number 1 in the high school and valedictorians and all that other stuff. Wear fancy tassels on his for being dumb. I know. So.
He sucked all the brains out of me.
Well, what'd he do for the rest of the afternoon? All right, everybody. We'll see you next week, noon, live from somewhere. You are the winner this week. Way to ride the bull. So you're new to the market and you're watching these market shows and talking to some of your friends, and maybe you listen to one of them and they say, hey, I got this great stock tip for you. Just get on board here and we'll ride this thing together. I'll show you how to do it, and I'll teach you a few things. And you're like, okay, come on and get on. And then you get on there, and then all of a sudden the market starts going. You invest this money, the market starts going, and it's going, and you're like, I don't know, I'm feeling a little bit shaky about this deal here, and then the market starts going up and down, and you're like, hey, and then all of a sudden the earnings come out, and it's like, oh, your friend says, oh well, sorry about that. I really thought it was a good deal. I just I'll talk to you later. And then you're sitting there, you're holding on to the horns.